The price of hell has its benefits. I pray you not be ignorant.
I'm content, but I know my prison's very big. It got bigger in the last year. They've taken their precautionary measures all over the world. So in case I fly into any country, it's set up there. They didn't have them all set up before. They only had them set up in the countries that I've been to. And now they pretty much have them everywhere. There's still certain areas that I can get to, but it's not logical. Since I only get $1,000 a month, I'm not allowed to work or save money, and that $1,000 will barely get me by. I'm pretty much paralyzed. They paralyzed me financially in order for me not to be able to do that. So, taking that into consideration and looking at my options here, what I can do, there's always options. Losing hope is the downfall of human nature, because everything that's designed, believe it or not, if it's designed to enslave you or to imprison you, then there is a way out. Otherwise they won't be able to do it. Those are the laws and rules that the planet makes that nobody can play with. It's a part of this planet that we live on, this realm. There's a balance to everything. And those laws, believe it or not, even the most powerful elites on the planet, with all the money, all the power and everything, will not be able to meddle with. So, in light of this information, today we're going to talk about something else. I'm going to take out my Walkman right now so I can concentrate more on what I'm saying and listen to the more noisy environment of mine with the ritualistic battery-sucking energy straws to suck my battery out through my eyesight and ears. So, we're gonna go back to a movie that was made in 1999, which back then I was already enslaved in the tubes guiding me into this machine, which is called The Matrix. So, Morpheus says to Neo, they want to turn us into this. Not necessarily a Panasonic one, it could be a Duracell, but this. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys on how they're turning us into this. But first, we need to learn certain things about energy. That not all human beings are born as AA or AAA or 9 volt and so on and so forth. So, we gotta look at people as energy vessels. They're not really batteries because we're not really shielded on the outside. Whatever energy source is on the inside, the shielding will come later. I'll explain it to you. This is what's been done to me. That's called shielding. Shielding this fiery energy from meeting other fiery energies by shielding it with this constant straws being put into it and activated every time a car passes by or a noise is made. What makes this machine a battery sucking machine. Now, I'm going to show you that even these people that are activating the straws that are put in this battery, that their battery is being sucked too. So, guys, most of us are energy vessels when we're born. Some of us are high-powered, some of us are low-powered. A low-powered energy is a person that's somewhat lazy, doesn't like to work, is not ambitious, is not lively to life and everything, then would rather just sit there and do drugs and just have fun and barely move and walk. A high-powered person is a person with lots of ambition, hope, life, thinks too much, does too much, tries to figure things out, curiosity. That would be a bigger battery. So, the leaders of this world, they understand human nature and they know how we're like. They figured, okay, How are we going to rule the whole world? This is not just some country. How are we going to do that? Well, let's classify them first. Let's see which ones are AAA, which ones are AA, which ones are 9 volt. And if we do ever get a strong titanium battery, which pops out every couple of centuries in this world that we have, which they call it the blood of the prophets, or people like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, I don't know, I always mention these people, but there's a lot of them. Those are titanium batteries, guys. What are we going to do? Are we going to let this titanium battery get out and connect its energy with other batteries that are fired up and pin them against us? No, we have to come up with a system in order to keep these batteries maintained. How do we do that? How do we keep them maintained in a covert way? Because back in the days, they've tried to put them in a real jail for no reason. They tried to start wars. And in the last 50, 60 years, they had to change the system in order for it to last. Because people are not going to take in-your-face dictatorship. So, the only idea is mind control and be basically tricking you. Instead of enslaving you physically and hurting you physically, it had to be a mind and soul blood-sucking operation to drain you of your energy. Don't forget, we're energy vessels. So, how do they drain you of your energy? How do they know that this is a titanium battery? This one's AA, that one's AAA. So that's what they did, guys. Now, in 1975, they spotted, I guess through its parents or whatever, that were not around when it was born or right after it was born, I don't know, a super titanium battery being born. This kind of battery is dangerous for them. Why? Because this is the kind of battery that everybody wants to come around because it gives out energy. It's super titanium. So, especially the ones that are low-powered energy, which are lazy, don't like to work, you know. Those are usually the outcasts in society. Not to say anything bad about them or negative, they're born that way, you know. We have to nurture them just like we nurture anybody else. So, this kind of battery has, the titanium one, has the ability to attract all these energies around it and make a volcano. Now, the elite of this world looked down at the world and said, well, there's a high-powered super titanium one. We see this one every couple of thousand years. One comes out. What are we going to do with it? If we let it loose, it's mayhem. In about a year, we'll have a volcano exploding in our face. We can't dominate them. So what do we do with this battery? Well, since this battery, this titanium battery, has a way, a natural way, not intentional or with an agenda or a conspiracy, a natural way of attracting all these other small batteries because it can feed them amazing energy that they need, they don't have. Naturally, it's just titanium. Why don't we come up with something? Why don't we pin all the small ones against it? Let's have it for breakfast before it has us for dinner. Because they're afraid of it, it's powerful. And in no time, it will explode in their face with all the other small batteries around. The AAAs and the AAs. So how do they do that? By mind controlling it from birth. Not letting it know that it's super titanium and attack it indirectly, not physically, visually, by hearing, and psychologically and emotionally attack all its chakras. When you attack someone's chakras, they get dismantled without knowing what's going on. They're like, why do I feel like crap? Well, because you're not getting nurtured, you don't have the right woman around you, you don't have the right paycheck, you're not doing the right job, you're not living in the proper house, look how everything is cluttery and smelly. And so it's all these things that the normal, innocent, gullible eye is not they're not visible to it yet. This is something it either has to live in another environment to notice that its environment is distorted and destructive, or it has to wake up and realize that something's unnatural is going on around it, artificial. So what they did to the super titanium battery from birth, since this one has the ability to attract all these ones and make a huge volcano, it becomes a threat to them. They're like, how can we dominate both energies and pin them to work against each other? So they waste their energies on each other instead of coming together and exploding in our face. It's a very simple plan on divide and conquer. You choose the low-powered batteries, which are easily persuaded into doing the wrong thing by giving them things that they don't normally get in real life. The super pleasures, the best women, the best cars, the best, or for women something else, but you get the point. The best houses, the best, those are the weaknesses of human beings. You give them the creme de la creme stuff, which is from the physical realm, materialistic. The best food, the best clothes, lots of money for trips. And so they're like, how are we going to do that though? How are we going to find out where all these very small empowered batteries are in society? Let's create Freemasonic lodges, which are, in other words, recruitment agencies for this particular kind of person, because for this particular kind of person to move up in society, it's difficult. They don't have the capabilities. They don't have the talents. They're just not born with those things. They have to earn them. And because they're lazy, makes it worse. Really hard to get. And because their energy is dim, they're not high-powered energy. Usually in public or in office buildings or at work, most people don't want to be around them because they don't give out energy. They don't have output. It's all input. They just want to take. Why? They can't help it. They don't have anything to give out. They need to feed. They need the energy. So, what the leaders did, this entity, the elites, they're like, okay, how can we let this volcano explode with all these people around them and go up against us? Let's pin them against each other. How do we do that? From the time this titanium battery was just born, super titanium, let's give these people a motive and money and back them up to feed off it, not naturally, and let it drain its energy. So its energy can never be built up enough to be used against us. They create the system, which is a fake way of life. That's the reason why they come up with movies like Groundhog Day. You're living the same life every day. You're not having natural conversations with people, or relaxed, or having anything that builds up. It's all fake. How? Listen to me talk to anybody and the last 37,000 hours of video. How many times do I walk on the street? Have you ever heard me have a conversation with anyone for more than 5 minutes that's in any way nurturing? It's a fake world designed for the gullible not to see that it's fake, not to know anything else. In the end, it's nothing but drainage of a super titanium battery. Guys, that's what it comes down to. We're not really batteries. We're the energy inside the battery. But what they did to people like me is they put the case of the battery around us. They compacted all that energy into this, which is the cover of this is all this that you see around me 24/7, the irritations and annoyances. This cover is the bubble that I'm around, that's around me. And those little irritations, what they are is, they've stuck straws into all my chakras. Straws. So they can suck my energy out. This motion, is an activation of the motion straw that's in me. Because motion hurts you in certain ways. The noise one is another straw. The more noise I hear, it activates that straw to suck energy out of me. Keep me depleted. When I see a lot of teasing with the opposite sex, same thing. They're attacking your sexual chakra. There's a straw already in there. They're going, when you keep getting reminded of it over and over again, every time you bump into that situation, it was sucking more out of there. You get it? So this is what's going on here. It's an energy robbery operation. By making it look masquerading as if it's a real life, just like the Truman Show. Look at when Truman comes out of his place, how everyone stalks him, people walking back and forth. He drives into a street, cars come out of nowhere and everywhere and block it and make it trafficky. He tries to leave the town, the bus doesn't work. When he was young, I want to be an astronaut, oh, that's already taken, I want to be this, but that's what happened to me, I couldn't get a job anywhere. So, isolating this energy is the cover of the battery, compacting it all in there, and sticking straws in it, just like how you see Neo in the Matrix, how he's got those tubes stuck in him everywhere. That's sucking his energy out. He's being used as an energy source. So, what I'm trying to explain to you guys is, when those movies were made, their system was already accomplished. Those movies were nothing but a mere tap on the back for them to say, you made it. When they show you movies about the future, what it's going to be like on the Hunger Games, guys, those things are already happening. They happened a long time ago. Half the world is fucking going hungry. Because this machine, what it did is, it took everybody out of the villages, concentrated them into big cities to be a part of that machine, and sucked their tubes out. This is activation of one straw. Noise, that's another activation of another straw that's stuck in me, into this battery to drain it of its energy. So when your environment is all straws stuck in you to drain you of your energy, there's a reason why you were picked. Because you are a high-powered, super titanium battery. Now, I'm going to tell you what changed in the last year since my awakening. Obviously, you know, microchipped in my eye, they can see through me, and they can hear what I say or even hear what I hear. It's in the optical nerve. They can even record what I see. You know, it's kind of freaky because they've actually had sex with all the women that I had sex with. It's really trippy. Or at least saw a porn video of it. Or saw me talking to my own mother or whatever, you know. Or to my own brother. Or it's really trippy to know that there's someone seeing what you're seeing. This is a nothing but trying to play God. They want to be God, and when they stick that chip into you, they want to see through you, they want to own you. But that's not the main reason why they're doing this. It's a farm. It's an energy harvest farm. When they microchip you, they just sowed the seed of control in you. They just wrapped up that energy source like the battery is wrapped with this cover. And then they had a design of where to stick the straws in you. In every single chakra, they had a straw stuck in there. And when you come out in public, everything you see is designed to activate one of these straws so it can go. They let you sleep at night, your 8 hours for the battery to recharge. And the next day, when the battery is fully charged and is ready to get out there, it wants to exert that energy, let it out for it to get nurtured and get bigger and bigger and bigger. Not to be surrounded by a blood-sucking machine, an energy-sucking machine, which is what this is. Now, this information that I've given you, I'm going to apply it to certain other videos to show you what they do to me in other videos. Watch the other videos on my channel, and you'll see that exactly everything I told you in this. So what did the elite accomplish this way? They've eliminated the threat of this battery connecting with all the other ones, turning into a volcano and exploding in their face, and they pin them against each other. But they had to get the ones that surrounded the battery, the idiots who think they're free and they're happy, and get them attached to all these physical pleasures and give them so much of them so they can stay weak and enslaved more than they're doing it to me. Because those guys are grabbed by the balls. They control these guys, believe it or not, more than anything. Guys, these guys have so much control over their people. If they tell some guy, you have to divorce your wife today, you have to go to France tomorrow with your kid, then you have to do this, they have to do it. That's what it takes to be a part of this Freemasonic entity. They own you. But they tell you, when we don't need you, you're a king. And it's true, at least in the physical realm. So this is how Freemasonry worked in those Freemasonic lodges. They were nothing but mere recruitment agencies for the weakest elements of society or of that particular country to join and for them to rise up the ranks. And it includes a lot of brainwash in there too, to tell them that back in the days, those guys that were pinning and you're beating on used to be your kings and queens. So you should be glad that we're around, we're giving you this power. They build the seeds of revenge, hatred in them, everything. They are more brainwashed than anybody out there, believe it or not. Because they are fully controlled and enslaved by this machine for them to be able to do this to you every day. Run around and activate their energy-sucking straws off the battery. So when you recharge your battery at nighttime, you wake up the next morning, you want to exert that energy that you charged for something for you to get in return. So you can grow. Something nurturing. What makes this a Groundhog Day is there's nothing nurturing in it. It just seems like it from the outside that it's a normal world. But every human being you're meeting is designed to drain your energy. Do you know how many jobs I applied for? I speak 4 languages. I've been all over the place. I can't get a job at Tim Hortons. Why? I don't have a criminal record. It's impossible for me to move forward. I'm being enslaved and entrapped in this prison. Now I know I'm microchipped in the eyes. I'll never be able to see a real ophthalmologist. I can't get an MRI. So this is a blood-sucking machine. When you look at people and they're moving the whole time, they don't stop moving, they're sucking your energy out. They're draining you of everything you recharged overnight. All this movement in your face all day long, all the noise, it's blood-sucking. You know, the attractive women popping everywhere. This is not a certain time in my life where I want to be into that or see that or even think about that. I have more important, fish to fry to come out of this prison. So all these things are designed to keep you depleted, deplete your energy. That's how this works, guys. I wanted to make this small video today to show you how it works when it's like when you compare it as in battery energy. Because a battery, what is a battery? It's an energy source that's wrapped up with a cover, compressed, and then used by us. That's exactly what's happened to me over the course of my life. I was this strong energy source. They quickly grabbed it, wrapped it, and they stuck straws into it for that energy to go for nothing, to getting depleted. But when you wake up and realize that you're being used as a battery, what happens then? The machine gets scared. Because now you're not going to exert all that energy out there and be confused and running around in circles anymore. Now you're going to think, and you're going to exert that energy, conserve it, and exert it into channeling to see how you can come out of this. So you're going to use that energy for something for you to benefit now. You're not letting the leeches tap on the straws and suck this energy out. You already took the straws out. So now what they do is they make it tighter on you. And they try to predict what you're thinking. Why? Because if I want to go to China, for example, if I want to go to Europe and travel Europe by train, or if I want to go to the States and travel it by Greyhound bus, they have to make sure that along my trail, I don't get in touch with strong, high-powered energies that are not dominated by them. They want to make sure that the straws are stuck into every single channel and trail I take. So what did they do over the last year? They prepped the whole world, believe it or not. The whole world, guys. So now when I go this way, there's already straws laid out on every trail I take. All the airports I get to, it's all set up to be a operation. So I don't get to share this energy with other normal people out there that are not a part of this energy-sucking agenda. That's what happened in the last year. So they went nuts. They went all over the world and tried to systemize all these places. In case I get to them, The straws would know from my microchip and we brought over to me in every single establishment I go to. So I don't get the chance, and the other normal energies will be pushed out of the way. So I don't get the chance to share this energy and radiate with others. Because it's a threat to them. It's a high-powered super titanium battery that they can't keep on a leash. It's impossible. Because it's much stronger and more intelligent than all of them put together. It's a huge problem. That's why they strap it into this prison. Truman Show-like life, where everything's fake around you. Everyone's designed to piss you off. And noises and movement everywhere. Those small irritations are basically turning the motor of all these straws to suck more energy out of you. And those straws are already digged into you. That's what these annoyances are. The busyness and everything, that's taken away from you, from your energy. This constant walking back and forth, that's a straw, sucking your energy right out of you. But they give a motive. They pay him, they bring him women, drugs, whatever his kick is. In general, not exactly that guy. But that's how this works. In order for them to own you, they have to get you attached and dependent on all the physical pleasures. That's how they can enslave you. They get you addicted to those things. Otherwise, you won't do their dirty work. Because you know it's wrong. Nobody wants to be a bloodsucker, an energy straw activator. That's what I call them. The straws are digged in you, and these guys are activating those straws so they can suck the energy right out of you. Every time someone passes by, the busyness, everything. Every single one of these guys is a small element of, activating that straw and going, energy being sucked out of you. That's what this does. All this busyness around you, everywhere you go. The nasty environment, the dirt, all those things are certain kind of straws digged into your chakras to deplete you of your energy. All hurrying up, coming towards me, moving everywhere I go. Look. This is energy draining, guys. Through your eyesight. And the noise, through your hearing. They attack all your chakras. Psychologically, the billboards, the women posing everywhere, your sexual chakra, the girlfriend experience, people holding hands, everything. All of it put together, it's designed to attack every single one of your chakras for a person who's being imprisoned in a tight grip. All around him are straws stuck in him, and all these people are activating those straws every time you see them by sucking a little bit more out of you. That's pretty much it for today, comparing pretty much what's happening to me to a battery, and a huge operation itself is an energy draining operation by wrapping you up into a battery and putting those straws in you and sucking your energy out the whole time. But you're being imprisoned. You're not meeting real people. You're not. All you're doing is, through your microchip, these people are sent, because they know your location, to come and rob you of that small energy source. To keep robbing you of energy. So they turn people into energy thieves by paying them, giving them the motive to do it, helping them, house them, whatever. Pretty much it. So on my way to the building, since they can't bring in a lot of people, they just bring in one that stays around me and annoys me the whole time. That way you can eliminate getting 100 people to annoy me from here, from there, from whatever. Now when this little bloodsucker goes away, the energy sucking goes away, another one will show up. Because when you relax and see stillness and no noise, you recharge that battery. They want to keep draining you of it. They don't want you to recharge it with peace. They want you to see 10,000 cars parked in front of you over there. They don't want you to see peace. They want me to look and see this lady moving over there in the house when I look at her. Because that's constant movement. Constant drainage of the battery. Constant. It won't go away. They want me to see 10,000 cars passing on the street on a Sunday everywhere I go. Imagine this in your view all day long. This is in my view all day long, guys. Everywhere I go. This is a straw activation. Sucking your energy right out of you. That's what this machine is. It's an energy robbery machine. Done covertly, supposedly following the laws of the country. It ain't following jack shit. Now these guys think they have me in a prison. They don't know nothing about me. That this, in the end, I will be free. And I will prove not only to them, to everyone that's ever came and robbed me of little energy, that I will win and they will all lose. Mark my words. It will take some time though. Nothing happened. So this guy, when I walk, has to move. He's robbing me of my energy. That's energy robbery through your eyesight. People moving everywhere you go, noises, 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 noises. It depletes you. It puts you in trance. It's depleting you, robbing you of that energy. So this machine done around someone who's not a high-powered titanium battery, guys, I guarantee you, if you're a AA or a AAA, you will collapse in 3-4 days, this being done to you. Not even. That's what this is. There's a reason why this was done to me. Because I'm a high-powered battery. Not a battery, they turned me into one. I'm a free energy. We're supposed to free energies so we connect with other beautiful energies wherever we want. They wrap me into a battery and strap me with tubes all around me. Just like Neo in the Matrix. Apply what I said to you in those videos to my old videos. Watch them. They're on my channel. Because obviously in this video you don't see anything. They eliminated everything. People don't even come out anymore because they're scared. I figured out everything. Now they're trying to cheat me out of calling 311 for noise. She's telling me you have to tell me which apartment's doing it for us to take the file. So in general, if the fire alarm is going off, false fire alarm every day in the building for a month, and I don't know who it is, I can't accuse them. But look at the uncommon sense that they're pulling with me in order to deprive me of even calling 311 and complaining. And complaining. Look at the illegal measures that they're resorting to because they're losing. I'm beating all of them. Yes, I am still in the prison, but I'll be out soon. I'll prove it to them. So this guy walks in front of me, goes over there, throws something in the garbage, goes back to the car. Now the garbage idea, what does it do to a person? It's supposed to make you feel insulted, demeaned, as if, you know. Now, if I follow someone to insult them, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? They have to follow you. So you can't follow somebody then insult them. You know what I mean? So that's why it doesn't affect me anymore. I don't get insulted. Because I know that he was told to come here because he knew I was coming here, and he was told to do this when I got here. So he followed me. You know what I mean? Now, if I follow somebody somewhere and they insult me, okay, I deserve it. I'm following them. But you can't follow somebody and insult them. So that's why it's not working on me anymore. It doesn't really bug me. Because once you understand the logic behind it, what's being done to you through your microchip, but what you will feel like then is if this huge machine sucking your high-powered battery energy out of you through these little straws being implemented everywhere you go. Once you understand that logic, oh, I forgot to get that for you. It's sort of a GFE experience thing. And that doesn't bug me anymore either, even though I'm deprived from it. Why? Because once you understand the intention of this fake machine that's around you, once you understand the intention of it, and purposely what it's doing is following you and trying to put those barriers in your face to drain you of that high-powered energy. Once you get that concept, nothing works anymore. Nothing. But since this machine has no choice now, it's got a loose tiger on the loose in there, in this maze. And it's trying to do the impossible to keep him strapped in there by trying to read his mind, figure out where he wants to go, what he wants to do, and it's not succeeding. So now, the idea is to keep implementing the same tactics because they figure, you know, it's better than nothing. At least it keeps things going and make the prison wider worldwide. So that way, if I decide to go to China tomorrow, or if I decide to go to any place, they have my trail tab. They didn't have that set up before because it takes a lot to set that up. Think about it. I land, let's say, in New York City, okay? From JFK, let's say. There's a route on the way. There are stores on the side. There are homes. There's apartment buildings. But you have to design all the architecture. So when I pass by there, let's say in a taxi cab, all the real places where there's normal people working, they have to get them out of there and put those people linked to my microchip so they can do the pointing and the teasing and everything. It's manufactured, it's artificial, it's not normal. So for them to be able to do that, you know what I mean? They have to set it up. It takes time. So they had a year since I woke up, and they had to lure me throughout the whole year with imaginary things here, that it's not the whole city doing this to you or whatever, in order for me not to buy a plane ticket and take off, because I tried that and they canceled my ticket, believe it or not, the CIBC account. But then I had $6,000-7,000 saved. I could have left. No, I ended up draining them on something else. So I couldn't beat them that way because I wasn't fully awakened. I didn't know what was really going on. So what they did in the last year, because this battery is not willing to get raped anymore, to let its energy get robbed, it awoken. So now they're sticking straws all over the world. So any trail I take, any country I go to, they have their straws up and ready at me. So as soon as I pass by, they suck them. I can't meet normal people. They're blocking me off from that by letting me only meet these entities everywhere I go. And that's pretty much it about the battery thing that I wanted to show you this video. But other than that, guys, everything's the same. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna try to... There, as soon as I come out, look at it. It's usually taxis, everything, everybody works with them. That's not a taxi though. That's how you know. Let me see if there are any parked in the parking lot here with people in them. They usually have a couple everywhere you go. As soon as you come out. So how did they know I was coming out? I'm microchipped, guys. Now they're cutting down. They're scared. Because I'm proving it. Slowly but surely. And I've deleted a lot of beautiful videos that prove my case. Because I wanted to make a deal with them. It was stupid of me. I didn't get a backup copy. I should have gotten a backup copy. You know? That's how you know. You're surrounded with this madness. Everywhere you go, look at the amount of cars. Look. Guys, this street is not that busy. There's always cars. Any small street I go to at any time. I cannot walk on the street without having 10,000 cars on me. And obviously, look. The guy who was cleaning windows over there, look where he comes to clean windows. Everywhere I go, I filmed videos before about malls I'd walk into. I'd bring in cleaning machines right on me. I swear to God, guys. Look. Remember the guys we saw in the other intersection? Now that I come out of my uncle's building, look where they get here. Look where they get. We're still in the same night, by the way. Look, the time right now is... So I'm supposed to look at them cleaning. It's supposed to really depress you to look at people cleaning the whole time. You know? So they dispatch these two. Every place I go to, they follow me and clean. You saw them over there on the other intersection. Now, this is the second video. So I'll show you guys in this video what they do. And they bring the buses always really early or really late, so you have to run to your stop. I'm telling you guys, they control it. You know, sometimes you really can't see it, but that's what they do. So now two buses come. Why? Then the third one will take a long time to come. I'll have to wait at the station a long time. It's to make you wait. You know, always to make you wait. And to hype you, to make you angry. Always people walking on either side of the street where I am. Always standing and moving. Look at them moving now. Back and forth. They have to move. They have to keep moving. Look. They don't stand still. They keep moving. See how the bus didn't stop for me? Look at the bus stop. He saw me running. See how they're in on it? That's the reason why I did that. I wanted to show you guys. He saw me. You heard the brakes, but he didn't stop. So this is what they do to you. It's all a part of a big effort to really stress you, work you out, have people walking everywhere around you in the middle of the night. Look. See that person walking? Have cars stop with their signals on in every corner. It's never that busy around here. Those guys that cleaned earlier over there, they're cleaning here now. These are the things you gotta look at. You know, the window's open, there's loud talking coming out of the car. These are the things that you gotta look at that will give it out. It's an unnatural setting. Planes in the sky. Guys, there's always 10 planes on top of me everywhere I go. I'm not kidding. I know it sounds insane. People will say, who the fuck do you think you are? Believe me, I don't want to be this important person. I'm being harassed. You know? And there's always someone talking. In every bus you get into, there's always someone talking. A loud conversation. Usually they used to have more before, 3, 4, 5, but now they toned it down because it looks pretty obvious. So you'd have to listen to talking, no matter where you go, what establishment, anything. Whether it's government, whether it's, I don't know, just private, you know. And movement. They have to keep constant movement. Look at the bus driver's hands. Look at the people, how they're moving. They always have an excuse to move because that clutters your view and there's movement the whole time. Scratching their nose, scratching their ear. Usually most of them, they buy a coffee. Why? Because when you have a coffee in your hand, you keep on drinking. It's an excuse for you to lift your hand up and down and keep cluttering without making it look obvious. So they're either drinking or chewing gum because it creates the, you know, the mouth movement when you're looking at them. So it's small things that in the background just move. Those are all stressors. They keep you stressed. So what happens is when you're surrounded with all this the whole time, everywhere you go, inside your house by your own family that's abusing you, and outside, it's a stress hellhole. And they block you from getting a job. I speak 4 languages. I can't get a job at a coffee shop. I tried to start my website business. You know what they did? They paid Squarespace to shut me down, and they gave me no excuse why Squarespace shut me down. So they kill your goal. They don't allow you to make money, and they stress you on the outside with their workers, and on top of it all, you get ignored everywhere you go and mistreated. The people that work in all these places that I've been to do their dirty work for them. I've showed you guys all the single little things, the way they act. These guys run us into coughing, the fake coughing. There's always fake coughing. It's dry, it's intentionally generated. You could tell. Clearing throats, anything to make noise, to keep you stressed. So these are the things that we're gonna do this week. You know, we're gonna take, because they cut down a lot, they're scared, because I made a lot of other videos before. And now they've cut down their movements, their actions. The bus driver is scratching and moving the whole time. Because that's within my view, right? It's in the corner, it's not that thing, but always those things within, and stupid questions. Meaningless. Just to create conversation and talking. You gotta pay attention to those things. You know, that's how you know. Have a good night, man. So, these are the things that they've toned down on that I want you guys to see. You know, see how he released the brake? There was no reason for that. Buses, when they release the brake, do that sound, and look how fast they take off. I've had bus drivers, when I got into them, they had their signal on for half an hour after they turned. Now that's okay, buses make a lot of noise, so we won't be that, you know, picky with this one. But it's to show you this busyness. Every intersection that I get to, the amount of cars turning left and right. It's mad, guys. Guys, if the world was this busy, there'll be 8,000 trillion people on it, not 8 billion. And always somebody walking towards you at any corner, any place. And it's their movements too. It's the way they act. They're talking. Listen to them talk. That's how you know. Look how angry they are. Look. So if you're listening, 10,000 cars pass by you everywhere you go, whizzing by and fast and, you know, making all these things. Well, you'll go nuts. Somebody crossing the street over there. They keep your view cluttered everywhere. They want to keep it cluttered in the small corners, on top, on the bottom. Now these two are talking over there. There's people talking. Always someone turning really fast behind me, like it's anger. In front of me, another one. Busyness, busyness, busyness to hype you, to stress you. They're having a conversation. Listen. Movement. Constant movement. No subtle. Noise and cluttering. And running. All those things are supposed to hype you, put you in a stress mode. And just big brink strut. Everything. Look at the business. Look, it's mad. Guys around here at this time, on a day like today, a holiday, there should be maybe, if you see one, U-Haul trucks. Guys, I'm surrounded by this 24/7. I came here in the daytime. I was here earlier. I didn't record. It was mad. You know, if the world had that many people in it, there'd be 8 zillion people on it. Always want someone talking in my ear, always someone turning in front of me, behind me, around me. It's just non-stop on any corner that I go to, anytime, any day, holiday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, constant movement. So it's they're little stressors, you know, teasers. Because if you're surrounded by this, you have no peace. The only peace you have is in your home. And if all these establishments you go to, they have their people there. You know, you're being mistreated, you're being treated like this everywhere. You don't get to do anything. And if they're tapping your internet and your phone, you can't apply for a job, you can't do nothing. You know, just things like that you gotta look for. The small details. Cars, hanging boats behind them. It's big objects. That's why big objects are supposed to clutter your view. They're supposed to really annoy you. All these cars, guys. I will bet my own life that they're all government agents. If I'm wrong, you could chop my head off or call me the biggest nutcase on the planet and put me on drugs for 100 years. If I didn't know what I'm talking about, guys, I'm the kind of guy that has to be 100. Look how she moves now. Constant movement. Her job is to move. Why? Because so I can angle the phone on her, and then she can type back to them, is he angling the phone on you? They pick a girl to do that, an attractive girl or whatever. You gotta look at those things, because it's psychological warfare you're dealing with here too. Weird cars, weird colors, fast driving, density, people fucking talk, sorry, excuse my language, people talking, you know, really loud around you, or really fast or really low, things like that. And that's how it is. That's how you can tell. It's the only way. It's this irregular, really unnatural environment that you're landing into, that you'll come out of it only with one thing: being ignored. Look at people inside the car moving over there and laughing. The lights are on the back, on the guy's face. You gotta look at these awkward, unnatural, irregular things that you're being showcased. From psychological warfare to sort of annoyances. Anything that annoys you, gotta remember, these guys, they know everything about you. They tap your internet. They've been tapping my internet for 20 years. Everything I search, what kind of women I like, what kind of jobs I like, what kind of clothes I like. And they study you. And they prep the environment for you in a way where it's destructive, not constructive. So if you like black cars, they'll show you red ones or whatever. You know, you get my point. It's supposed to be a very psychologically and emotionally destructive environment for you in every possible way. If you like, I don't know, fat girls, they'll have fat girls teasing you. And if you don't like skinny girls, they'll have skinny girls standing beside you. So just to give you an idea, if you like Tim Hortons coffee and you hate Starbucks, they'll have people around you with tons of Tim Hortons coffee or no Starbucks, or the other way around. It's a sort of a psychological warfare that only applies to you. So you can't really prove that to an audience that's watching a video. You know, they're gonna say, so what? Well, what are you proving there? You're not proving anything. And it's true, you're not. So it's really hard to prove that, because you gotta know a lot about the person. You know, but what I want you guys to look at more than anything is every single, or maybe the majority, even the majority of these cars that land and park in front of me or whatever, they have people in there moving. They move right away. Guys, the people don't move all day long. Or they have weird things. They look at you, or, you know, it's irregular things. You guys will look at them and you'll see the similarities in them. They're not all different from each other. They have like 6, 7, 8, 9 moves, and they're all the same. And they keep on repeating them over and over again. That's how you know. These are the things that you gotta look at. It gives it away. Stressors, movement. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit of noise here, a little bit of stressor there, you know, all that kind of things. And busyness, always, everywhere you go. There should be one person, there's 100. So they've toned down the volume a bit in terms of movement, in terms of, I don't know, all these things, you know? And I see them doing it less and less and less. They're learning their lesson because it's exposing them, you know? They're doing different ways now, different things. It's different actions. People are acting differently because tactics that they did before are not working anymore. They worked for a while. I had my ways around them to encounter them. When they surrounded me with so many today, I just looked around and started laughing. I said, wow, all this for me? It didn't work, because the idea is to break you, it's to depress you, it's to attack you, it's to really demoralize you. So you're just drained the whole time with the extra noise, extra movement, extra annoying. Plus, when they stop here all this time, they don't leave the signal on that long, but it makes noise. Tick, 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 tick. Those are stressors.
It's small things. It's a lot of small things that are combined effort from so many people. Every single one of those people does a small thing, which makes the environment stress for you. And you won't notice it most of the time. You'll come out of there, you're like, why does it hurt? You know, you get drained. They drain you of your energy. Meanwhile, you weren't surrounded by real people. You're surrounded by government agents that are there to do one thing. One mission is to make you come out of there miserable. If it's the women, they ignore you. If it's the men, they talk down to you. Or if it's a lot of old men or really, excuse me for saying this, unattractive looking people that you don't want to be looking at all day long, you know. I know we're all, in the end, it's all on the inside, not the outside what counts. But, you know, it's all things like that. And they're trying to, you know, just do change. They're trying to do changes in terms of the way they act, the way they move. Not too many stressors, because I used to go on buses before. I see guys doing this in front of me the whole time, or moving their leg like this the whole time. Now, if this is in your view the whole time, it's not directly. It's like number 3 guy that's sitting right over there, for example. I mean, you can't do anything, you know? And you'll get out of there, you're feeling miserable. That's what it does to you guys. Noise and all that. This clutters your view. And all those things are stressors. You know? Constant movement. As long as you're looking at constant movement. And they're not doing it because there's a reason to do it. No, they find a reason to do it. So if they're going to get out of the bus, because it's a team effort and there's like 10 of them, 2 will stop there for no reason and talk. So it will create a line. What will happen to you? You'll have to wait. So it's a combined effort with all these people working on it. You got to remember that. You know? It's not just one person doing the same thing or the other doing the same thing. And they try to realize what they do is after they do a move, you see them on their phone right away after, they type back to them to say, how does he feel? How does he look like? Is he depressed? Is he angry? Because they want to know what move is getting to you. If they realize that this move got to you, then they'll double it down for you. They'll give you more of it, you know, more and more and more. If it's, I don't know, I'm a man. If it's a woman that ignored me or insulted me and I got affected, they'll bring in 10 more to do the same. Just to give you an idea how things work, you know, how they do it. And these are the small details. See, they look at me over there in the car, you know. These are the small things that you gotta look at, you know. These are the little meaningless things that usually nobody notices that you gotta look at. And it's the way they drive the buses. All of them, when I get on them, they drive like maniacs. It becomes an uncomfortable ride. Next stop, Patrick Boulevard. You know, it becomes a very uncomfortable ride. But anyways, we did pretty good tonight. I've showed you guys a lot of things. And hopefully I'll be showing you more in the next week or so about all this madness that's going on. And hopefully they're cutting down. I mean, amazing. I'm seeing less and less people out there. You know, but they're getting smart. They're not as stupid. Have a good night, man. So, this is what we want to accomplish with this. We want to really take them out. We want to show them that, you know, this is abuse, man. This is what's up. Look, always busyness, cars everywhere I go. Guys standing there moving. Look at the guy over there. You see him moving? Over there. He's standing now. These are the things that you gotta look at because they really nail you with this, you know? You can't go anywhere. You can't look at anything. Everything's moving. And you're not really surrounded by real people. You're surrounded by government workers. You don't have a chance to meet him. Look, he's got a dog on a leash. He loves dogs on leashes because it's psychological attacks, like telling you you're a dog. Meanwhile, you're the only one who's not a dog because you're the one, that's why they're doing this to you in the system, because they thought you had rebellious nature. Maybe that's why they did this to you. So you're the one who's not taking their orders. Everyone who's taking their orders is a dog, you know, but these, again, psychological warfare. You gotta look at it that way. Trust me. I've been doing this for a long time, guys. It's been almost a year now. I've made a lot of videos, deleted a lot of them. I still have a lot. Look at this car coming out as soon as I get here. All those things that happen as soon as you get, look at that person came out of the building as soon as I got here. Well, you're gonna see him now with the yellow jacket. Where did these people come out from? How did they come out now at this time when I got here? How did they know that I'm here? Listen to the plane. There's always planes on top of me, guys. Everywhere I go, I swear to God, any area. These are the things that I want you to look at. Look how low it is. See the noise? I hear airplane noises from my apartment, which is over there on the 16th floor, about 60 times a day. I'm not exaggerating, guys. At least 60. I don't live beside the airport. I'm on Victoria Park in Shepherd in Toronto, for God's sakes. You know? This is how you gotta look at it. Always 10,000 cars parked when I get here. There's always someone in front over there, look, moving, smoking a cigarette. You gotta look at those things. There's always people. Everywhere I go, in every corner. Look. Smoking a cigarette, you see? Right there. These are the things you gotta look at. A car's coming into park here while I'm here. These are the things you gotta look at. You know, because this is what it does is it stresses you. It clutters your mind. It's brutal. You know? These are the attacks on you. Every time I come to the building, there's cars and people parked in front. Every time. This is probably one of the only very few times I don't see anybody. Look at the person waiting over there. What I tell you, there's someone in front. You see them? There's always someone. Every time I used to come back to the building here, cars pull in, people come out. Guys, I've made tons of videos like that. They cut down now. So finally, they're getting smart. They actually do have a brain, after all. They don't want to get off my back. Let me live my life, man. I'm not a threatening citizen to any system. I haven't gone up against anybody. I don't even have a criminal record, for fuck's sakes. I don't harm anybody. Yes, I've had drug problems because of what they did to me. They depressed me, wouldn't allow me to get a job, blocked me everywhere, fucked up my life. My own family did it to me. And now I'm off the drugs. I don't do them no more because I have hope. I've seen that my surroundings, my environment was fake. I know there's a world out there that's real where I can, you know, function and move forward. I'm 43 years old. I don't have that much time left. You know, I want to get a nice job, meet a good woman, and have a family. I'm not asking for anything special. I just want to live a normal life like everybody else. You know, but they don't get it, man. They don't get it, these guys. They just keep on pushing forward, forward, forward. You know? They've tried to almost assassinate me, guys, in an indirect way, a covert way. Who knows what they're going to do to me now?